TFNN. Headline News Update. Here's Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We have the Dow Industrials down 2, Nasdaq's up 7, S&P's flat, gold contracts down $7.60 at $11.95. You got silver off 23 at $16.22. A light sweet crude up 77 cents, trading at 51.18. You have the bond market. We have the 10-year down 4 ticks, 129.07. The 30-year off 18 at 164.12, and King Dollar's up 614 ticks right now, trading at the 98.74. The euro is down 54 at 107.27. Now, what you want to wrap your head around, folks, is this: if we take a look at these futures, there is a monster, and that monster is hanging out there at 2081. And that 2081, what I specifically mean about that is this. If you take a look at this trade out here the last 5 days, what you'll see is that each and every time that you get up into that level, they just blast this market down. Now, what you have out here this morning, this is really unique this morning, okay? Well, because what I expect that you have here is this. The force that it went up at 0930, that was actually the operator's sell. They pushed the market from 72 to 81. They were seeing, are there any buy after over that level? Guess what? There weren't. Every single one of those, they were actually pushing it up to get those trades to sell into that. So bottom line is that is your line in the sand. It's a pretty amazing line in the sand, too. And what we have had is this. Each and every time it tries to get up and over that, the volume has contracted once again. You're going against a monster. You're going against, it's just not one day. You're going against 2 separate days. You're going against the downdraft that had been created on March 6th, as well as the downdraft that had been created on the 25th. That's your SPY. And the S&P itself is the clearest right now that it can't make higher price. The NDX 100, this one is really interesting because it had some force yesterday, and it has some force today. You know, right now the NDX 100 is up 26, the QQQ. So the bottom line, we'll see if that force can continue. The volume's not bad for only a half hour into the session. The IWM, the small caps, so what you have with the small caps basically at the highs. We'll see whether it fails at the 125.60 area. We've hit 125.73 this morning. It's going to need a huge amount of volume. It doesn't look like it's going to have that. Now, gold contract. Let's go over to gold. So they're whacking gold out here this morning. What you have with gold, gold's down $8, but guess what? Gold's building cause for a higher price, and it's a beautiful setup, folks. Gold is down on 70,000 contracts. You're going against 151,000 contracts. That's a good system. And more than likely what you're going to end up having is that you're going to end up rejecting the 1197.40 price point. We went to 1192 this morning. We're at 1195 right now. If you're a bull, you want to see it close over 1197.40. That was the low of yesterday. You are going to have lighter volume. What does that set up? That sets up building cause to get into higher price. Now, let's go over to good old King Dollar, because King Dollar has get into its swing point this morning. The swing point that it's trying to hit is the swing that was left over from March 31st. That's 99.00. We've hit 98.84 on dramatically lighter volume. So with that setting up, that's going to set up another failure. Coming into that point, we've done 25,000 contracts. King Dollar has to do the tune of about 100,000 contracts into that area. Bonds, bottom line, bonds continue to build cause for higher price. The bond market, the 10-year right now, is at 129.06. Bottom line, that they want higher price. You can expect high volatility out here to stay out here today. We get the Fed, they're not going to raise rates. Well, they're arguing about whether they're going to raise rates or not. Bottom line, the market's saying they're not going to raise rates. And in the futures, it's the 2081 mark. That's where that seller is, and that seller is pretty intense. This 10 a.m. update is brought to you every day by Everbank. For more information on the products they offer, visit everbank.com/TFNN. Have a great day. Have a safe day. Look forward to speaking to you right here tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.